Hello, Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to the Friday Flip. So the Friday Flip is where we take one project idea and we flip it into something completely different, keeping what we love and changing up what we need to, whether to accommodate for supplies we already have or if we need to change up the look and feel of the card altogether. So let's go ahead and start with our inspiration card. So it's going to be this I Love You card right here. I like the big scallops on it, and I like having the different color pops on a neutral background. Other than that, the rest of it can go. So let's go ahead and dive into our flip. So we're going to start our flip with a new embossing folder from Stampin. This is the brick one, and I love some of the new embossing folders that they're a good 6x6 size. So regardless of what orientation, if you've got landscape or portrait, your cardstock is going to fit in there. So you can have bricks going this way or bricks going this way, doesn't matter. So we're going to start. I want my bricks going side to side. We're going to start with a piece of crumb cake, and this crumb cake is going to be, let me scoot this forward. Crumb cake is going to be 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And I've got the embossing folder all the way in to my score line, but I'm still running it through with my card open. We're going to zip this on through the big shot, and then we're going to ooh and ah over the texture that we get. Look at that. Woo! Ah, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now we're going to move the big shot completely out of the way. We're going to move on to our stamping. For our stamping, we're going to start with a piece of white cardstock, and this is going to be Whisper White, 4 1/4 inches by 1 7/8 inches. And we're going to use this Cottage Greetings. This is a new one from Stampin' Up. I like this one because it's kind of a conversation starter and finisher. So you can use some of the sentiments on the front of the card, some on the inside, or you can use them both on the front. So we're going to start, I'm going to use my Stampin' Majig, and I'm going to start with Marina Mist ink. I'm going to get this centered towards the bottom there. Flip that bad boy around. We're going to stamp. Then we're going to close up this ink pad so I don't actually accidentally go into the wrong color. And I'm going to start with the pear, and we're going to do something really cool with this. I'm going to do my thanks. We're going to do it first in pear. Then we're going to clean my stamp. And I'm going to go into some Calypso Coral. So I'm going to do faux shading, but I'm going to have the green, that pear pizzazz, be that shadow color. So we're going to go back in. And I'm just going to get my Stampin' Majig up and to the left. Just a smidge. Just to where this looks blurry. When it looks like it's time to go to the eye doctor, you're in the right spot. Alright, so I'm going to take this and stamp. And then I'll include a close-up so that you can see it. In person, it looks awesome. Okay, so we're all done with our stamping. So now we're all ready to do our punching. And I've got 3 different circle punches. The 1 inch, the 3/4 inch, and the 1/2 inch. So let's go ahead and start with our biggest pieces. And you can use any scraps that you've got laying around. Now's the perfect time to use them. So I'm going to do a 1 inch circle in pear pizzazz, and then I don't need the 1 inch circle punch anymore. I'm going to move on to the 3/4 inch circle, and I want 5 of these. Then I'm going to go with the 3/4 inch. I want 3 of these. And then with the 1/2 inch, ooh, dominoes. Okay, with the 1/2 inch, we're going to do 2 of the Calypso Coral. Alright, so now that we have a big old circly mess, let's move some of this out of the way and let's bring this in. I'm going to attach these first. That's going to be on the front, so we're going to start with that pear pizzazz. And then I'm going to move on to one of the marinas. Then I'm going to grab one of these little guys here, coral. Grab another marina. and another coral. Okay, so we have that. Before we go any further, I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and give this a little trim. This is going to layer onto a piece of Pear Pizzazz cardstock that's going to be 4 1/4 inches by 2 inches. So just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So you just have a little border there and there. Then we're going to play with some spacing across the top. So I like to have a straight edge, and literally it doesn't have to be anything wildly crazy. Grid paper would be ideal, but I made the mistake of cleaning my stamp room, and now I can't find anything. Okay, so I'm going to start by picking up a coral. Go back to my straight edge. And this is one of those you just have to be a little bit patient with it. And we're going to work our way on down. Now we're going to take our cute little brick, and it can have the embossed or debossed on the front. It doesn't matter, completely up to you. And we're going to take some more adhesive. Put it not quite in the center, just lower than center. And then one more element and this card is done. So I'm going to grab my paper piercer and some rhinestones. And I'm going to make this a dot, dot, dot. Okay, so here's our inspiration card. There was texture provided by pattern paper before. We changed that out to just have that dry embossing and applied it to the entire background. We kept the fun circles at the top, but we made them alternating color, changed out the hearts for circles, and then changed out the sentiment, added some rhinestones, and did that cool little faux shading. So, another Friday flip, already completed. So if you like the Friday flip, please be sure to like it below, and also be sure to share it with your friends. Head on over to I Teach Stamping. Make sure you are signed up for my newsletter so that you never miss any of the tips that I only share in there. Thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and I will see you in the next video tutorial. Have a great day.